In 1996, I read this incredible book that inspired me to come to Italy. It was called Under the Tuscan Sun, and it was written by Frances Mays. And here I am at Brama Sole, the home of Frances Mays, and I'm going to spend a little time with her today. Come on inside.
Ciao.
Frances.
Thomas.
So great
Welcome.
to see you.
Good to see you. Come in.
How exciting.
Come in.
How exciting. You know, Frances, it's so great to be here. I fell in love with Italy through your book, Under the Tuscan Sun. This goes back a lot of years, the mid-90s, I guess it was, when I first read it.
Tanti anni fa.
Much further back. When was it first published?
1996.
1996.
A long time ago.
That'll be right, yeah. And there was something that captured my heart and soul and spirit. You know, you're a brilliant writer, of course. Everyone knows that, but you're a great storyteller. You paint pictures with your words, and I could feel Tuscany through you. I could feel Italy through you. Where does that talent come from?
Thank you. I'm so glad my book helped bring you to Tuscany. I think it was a really good decision. I started writing when I was really little. I was 8 years old. I was in a small town in Georgia. Not very much to do because it's a really tiny place. And so I became a reader. I went to the library all the time. Of course, I thought all writers were dead, but when I realized they weren't, I thought that's what I would really like to do, and I never changed my mind. I studied literature in college and mainly poetry. I became a poet. I published 7 books of poetry, and I taught poetry at San Francisco State for many, many years. So my habit as a writer, I hope, comes from my background in poetry, because imagery is so important in poetry.
Right.
And when I write, I try to make a lot of images that when the reader encounters those images, they can't help but respond to them because they involve sight, touch, smell, you know, all the sensory elements. And so that's my main craft in writing, I think, is creation of images. I love to create images.
There's almost a sensorial experience as you walk through this garden today. Colors, textures, shapes. You know, it tells a story unto itself in some ways. When we go back to the early days, right? The early days, 96, when your book was published, could you, in your wildest dreams, fathom that it would be the wildfire success that it was and what it's done for your life?
No, of course not. Of course not. Because, as I said, I've written books of poetry, and, you know, if you sell like 3,000 books of poetry, you've created a sensation in your mind anyway. So when I wrote it, I thought it would probably sell kind of like my books of poetry. And I think the publisher at that time, Chronicle Books was the first publisher, they did too. They called me when the book started really taking off and getting on bestseller list. They called and said, "Frances, this book is really selling. We think it's because of the cover." You know? I said, "Oh, okay."
Because of the cover?
Because of the cover.
Yeah, sure. It has nothing to do with the content.
But it was then, after hardback, it was picked up by Random House in New York, and they really knew what to do with it. So as paperback, it became what it became. It was on the New York Times list for 2.5 years.
I know, it's amazing.
Now it's translated in something like 56 languages. I didn't even know there were 56 languages.
I didn't know that.
But
how many copies would have been sold worldwide at this stage, approximately?
I don't really know. It's hard to tell because it's been in so many editions. I'd say more than 5 million. I'm not sure.
It's a little bit better than the 3,000 poetry books.
Yes, it is.
Helps pay for the gardener, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
This has been fantastic. Well, I think we have to have a toast to new friends, new experiences. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thomas. Gentlemen.